Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? How you doing, sir?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm blessed, sir. It's on the wake up list.
Yes,
Enjoying another
sir.
show with you.
And on the wake up list once again on May 27th, 2023, this last Saturday of this here month of May. And we made it, and we got beautiful weather in both cities. And so I just want to thank you guys once again for coming out and supporting Sports Talk with Kamau and Felix. And we have a great show planned for you guys today. Lots of information, lots of stuff coming at you. So we're going to go ahead and get started by saying, topic of the week is brought to us by you, the listeners. You went on the page and voted, and sort of a takeoff on a question we asked a few weeks ago when I first asked, is John Rod on that stuff? So this time, are you sure that John Rod is not on that stuff? What you think, sir?
Look, okay. I just want to say, I'm glad to be here, and for a minute, right quick, I just want to touch on this. This past week was a tough week for your co-host. I had to. I had two homegoing services, two beautiful women that I called my other mother because nobody could take Vanessa's place, but they stepped in and they were there for me and everything. So I just wanted to dedicate this show to Jacqueline Williams, and I want to dedicate it to Mary Harper. And I just want to tell Dorian McClure and Myron Harper that I want to thank you both for sharing your mom with me. And with that being said, let me go into answering your question. Nah, you know what? He's not on nothing. It's coming to fruition now, right? Stuff's starting to make sense. Nike then pulled the shoe off the shelf. Everybody, you in the limelight. Now you see that the limelight ain't so lime. So now you don't want the limelight. Like I told you in the previous shows, the maturing process is starting now. He's starting to heal. You know, the welfare check and all that. It's the part, now it's the maturity part. Now this is where he's going to grow up and say, let me get rid of A, B, C, D because I need X, Y, Z in my life.
I hope so. I really don't think he owns nothing. Like I said, I think it's, like you said, a little bit of maturity issues there. But at the same time, this is what a lot of this generation do. They like to be on the internet. They like to show out and show up and show out and pop off and this is we in this piece and you know what it is. All the little sayings they like to make, and that's what he's only doing. What kids his age do. We still have to remember that he is 23 years old, and a lot of 23-year-olds aren't as mature as other ones. And so I was watching a comedian. I forgot his name. But he said the common denominator has been the same guy in the video every time something happened. He was the same guy. So he may need to understand everybody that come with you can't go with you.
Okay. So to touch on that, because I'm glad you said that. You said we both said the maturity process, right? Mm-hmm. And he's 23. Okay. You remember who Chris Kamen is?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Oh, I know you already know you're going with.
Yeah. Okay. So how old was Chris Kamen when he posted the picture? Because it wasn't Instagram and Facebook back then. So how old was Chris Kamen when he pictured
he was close to his 30s.
Right. So what I'm saying is 30, 23, right? Why nothing happened with Chris Kamen when he posted his guns when he played for the Clippers?
I agree.
See, nobody's bringing that part up. And look, to the Love and Stuff audience, to my to the man behind the scenes, my uncle Marcus, and to my co-host Kamau. I'm not trying to play the race card, but I'm saying if we're gonna put it all, when we make all the Kool-Aid, we're gonna add all the sugar and the water and everything and stir it just right. Why is nobody saying that? It's the same thing.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But you're also looking at a different climate when Chris came and did it. In terms of, we having all these mass shootings. We having all these issues with stuff like that. I'm not saying we didn't have what Chris Kamen was playing,
right?
But it's a heightened more society right now in terms of what's happening as opposed to when Chris Kamen doing it. I'm not making excuses for it, but how we look at it and how we perceive it is different now as opposed to 10 years ago. And Chris Kamen wasn't the only one who's posted guns on in any of his social media or any of his platforms. It's been African American as well as Caucasian players who've done it. But the difference is the timing is a little different. You know, it's like Ray Rice. Once Ray Rice did it, can't nobody do it. Once Ray Rice threw the punches on the girl, anything that has to do with assault with a young lady, they coming down hard on. So now that we've having all these mass shootings, and this isn't his first time he's done it. When you tell him the first time, cut it out, you got to remember to cut it out the second time. So I'm not making any excuses for him. I just thought it was funny when they went to go did the little welfare check. I saw they said when he looked at his social media and he had some things on there. I'm like, if anything, it looked like he was trying to leave Memphis. It didn't look like he was trying to say goodbye to the world. It looked like he was saying goodbye to Memphis, but maybe that's how I looked at it.
Right. Okay. Right. Because maybe everybody, we're not in his shoes, right? So we can all sit and assume and prejudge, right? That's what makes this show what it is, right? But at the same token, we don't know. If I had a shoe deal and because of my action, you took the ability to feed myself and my family away from me, then yeah, but it's to my own benefit, right? Because I did it, right? And like you said, I told you the first time, don't touch the stove, it's hot. You burnt your fingers a week ago. You went back and did the same thing and burnt your fingers again, because like Charles Barkley told him, it made a great story to it. He said, you're not a thug, you're not a gangster, you're not a criminal. You're a basketball player that gets $200 million to dribble a basketball, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same token, Ja Morant, he wants the limelight. Mm-hmm. But now the limelight ain't so bright. So now this is what you pay,
Yeah. Now, I don't know if he exactly lost the deal because normally they make the announcement, he's not off our roster. They did take the shoe off the website. I don't know if this is a temporary thing. I hope so. Everybody, everybody has that morality clause nowadays in the contract. Right. I'm just hoping that they're saying to him, okay, we're going to bring it back a little bit and see what you do and then restore it. But that's what I'm hoping because there was never an official announcement with Nike saying, hey, we done with this young man. I'm just hoping that's what the situation is for him. At the end of the day, Ja Morant is a tremendous talent. Him being suspended took away from his team going further in the playoffs, and also took away from him being making the All NBA team, which cost him $39 million. I hate to see that. Not the fact that he didn't play well enough. It was just that he wasn't. When you miss those games that could have continued to show his abilities and to make those teams. I'm honestly, he's a young guy, and I just hope that at some point you put the right people around him. I would actually send LeVar over there to talk to him and his dad. Even as crazy as LeVar is, his children ain't had no trouble. LeVar do all the talking, and he don't even talk no more. So I would hope that somebody.
Yeah, well, LeVar who?
Ball, Mr. Ball.
No, man, what?
Yeah,
add fuel to the fire.
No. Talk to him. I didn't say go on TV. His kids ain't did nothing in the public life.
That's not.
Only person that did stuff is his dad. The dad.
That's not a model.
On TV.
What?
The dad go on TV and talk stuff. Only person that did something to me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You don't remember when his sons went over there and got caught for stealing, and Trump brought him back?
Where he at? He had to leave. He messed with the reality TV star. So
right. So what I'm saying is that wouldn't be a good person to go to. You know who would be the person? You know who right now who Ja Morant needs to sit down and talk to because he came up in this element? Jalen Rose. That would be the perfect person.
Okay.
That would be the perfect person. This young man came from the west side of Detroit. Big props to his mom. Rest in peace, Queen. What? His father, he never knew his father.
Yeah.
He wore 42 for the spite of his father. His father wore 24. He wore 42 for the spite. I'm going to make my father remember my name. Dude, that would be the perfect person to talk to him.
No, I agree. And I hope that, oftentimes there's a lot of back channel stuff that we don't hear about. And I hope that he does reach out to him. And, because, it was a time when he was on Channel 4 News having a press conference because he got caught in a certain house that he wasn't supposed to be in when he was in college. And he gave a quick little speech and all of a sudden it went away. But did he do it again? No, he did not. So, I would agree with you. That would be a good person to talk to. because Jalen Rose has said many times, it's a good thing there was no social media in my day and age, because I did some things where,
Right.
If people was to know about it, we would have a different opinion of Jalen Rose. And,
Right.
that's pretty much everybody in life. We did some things we're not so proud of. The
Absolutely.
biggest thing is, he's in the square circle where you can see everything that he's doing. Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close up. And he might not be so ready for his close up. We want to say good morning to the good Reverend Dr. Valencia Anthony. Thank you for joining us this morning. Thank you for joining. Let's see here. We got people speaking directly through Marcus. I don't quite see a name. We want to say hello to Benjamin Baggett and people on LinkedIn. Good morning, Miss Tammy Williams. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to click like, click share, get on the phone, text somebody, and don't forget to we have the QR code up. We got the QR code up for merch. So when you're ready to get some merch, you see the shirt. That's right. Peter's got on the shirt. I'm gonna scan it myself. I'm gonna do some purchasing this weekend myself. I'm gonna get a couple things, and so make sure we're gonna post that a couple times throughout the show today. So
Don't forget to purchase you some of this. By the holiday weekend, keep the mosquitoes away.
That's a good idea. If you don't have your skin so soft, get you some vape, because that's what they don't like.
Vape.
They don't like different smell.
Man. Put it on that D on your jersey. It really is.
Never do a woman. Also,
that'll be a throwback.
It sure will. You throw it back in the watch pile. Don't forget to get the book, Gratefulness Journey, every day. If you haven't noticed, Marcus has been doing this almost every day, like 8 a.m. in the morning. And so we want you to go out and get this book, and so you can join him on in the morning. Go out and get this book, Gratefulness Journey, every day, and so you can help get your gratefulness journey. And because when you're grateful for what you had, that allows you to bring more things into your life. All right, we're gonna move forward. We're gonna talk about the NBA, and we're gonna start with the Heat versus the Celtics. The Heat versus the Celtics. Right now that series is at 3-2, and the Celtics have kind of made a sort of a mini comeback. My question is, can the Celtics go and make it 4 in a row?
Sure you can. What did Rocky tell Tommy Dunn in Rocky 5? As long as you got 2 fish, you got a fighting chance.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I like that.
See,
I think they can. But
I go to the movie to watch the movie.
See, I was gonna bring that. We was going to talk about a movie to watch for the next show. We got some good movies coming out. See what we can add to the show. How did they get this way? To me, when in the first game, when Mazzulla took and threw that clipboard, walked off, and I saw the look on all those players' faces, I'm like, man, you can't do that in the middle of the game in front of millions of people. You can get away with that in practice. You can get away with that in practice, but you can't be throwing the clipboard and walk off in the middle of the arena, in the middle of the game. The look on their face was like, this man tripping.
Nah, that fired you up. That's what to fire you.
They lost the next 3. They lost that one plus the next 2. I think that was a direct result of him throwing it in the game. A lot of stuff you can get away with practice.
Right.
You can go in there, you can, if you got to cut somebody out, you can pull them to the side, but you can't
punch your teammate in the face. Man, we're going to put all of it out there. Punch your teammate in the face.
But there wasn't supposed to be, for some reason somebody had it out for that situation. But that's neither here nor there. Also here and there.
Somebody sold the rights to TMZ, right?
Somebody got paid. That's the right.
Absolutely. Somebody got paid.
But I think that was the direct reason why that happened. But then once he got on, right after game 3, when Mazzulla got on and said, hey, it's on me. I didn't have it prepared. I didn't do this right. I think that in a lot of ways helped let the team say, hey, coach apologized to us, and a kind of a, not really backhanded, but a kind of a sly way apologize to everybody on national TV by putting everything on him. Team went out and they played these last 2 games very, very well. They stayed in control the entire time throughout the games. And now we got a game 6 tonight. Of course, we're going to get a prediction for that at the end of the show. That's a 7:30 game, 8:30 Eastern. I look forward to watching. and enjoying a beverage or two with, and take a look at that game. I think it's going to be a great game. They are in Miami tonight. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Back
They're
in
Miami
South
tonight.
Beach.
Back in
Yep.
South Beach at the American Airlines Arena, as opposed to American Airlines Center here in Dallas. So that's gonna be a great game tonight. I really am looking forward to that. They're saying playoff Jimmy hasn't played like playoff Jimmy the last two games, and that vaulted, heralded group of guys of understudies have played up to their potential, but they're waiting on their leader to step in and be the Superman that he's supposed to be. I'm really am looking forward to this. I'm looking at seeing old Batman Pat Riley sitting in the stands
Next to Alonzo.
next to Alonzo. It's pretty cool to see. It's pretty cool to see them sitting in there. Because you just got to see Pat Riley with that hair slicked back. He looked like the old Batman on the cartoons, the one that retired and had Robin out there.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that.
That's what he used this on it. He used this on his hair. Vape. That's why I slick like that. Vape.
He fitted everybody around him to sit back.
Absolutely. That's what he used. You smell minty fresh.
Don't worry, Steven. We're going to get to the Tigers. We're going to get to baseball. That's our next segment. Right now, we're going to transition to the Nuggets beating the Lakers 4-0. And once again, same question we asked 2 weeks ago. Are the Nuggets the team to beat going into the trying to win the championship?
Yeah, because the Lakers knocked off the defending champ. So that made the Lakers the team to beat. The Nuggets knocked off the Lakers. Now it's the Nuggets the team to beat. But you know what was the thing? Okay. The thing about NBA basketball, which is funny to me. Okay, the Lakers knocks off the defending champs. So the Warriors is done. I'm still getting people on my timeline. What happened to the Lakers? What happened to y'all? Like, I don't get it. Like, how you still talking and you're out of the playoffs? Make that make sense to me. I don't get it. You like, okay, y'all got swept. We sent you home. What are you talking about? I don't understand.
Now here's the thing: the Lakers never should have been that far.
What?
They should have lost in the first round when I've already said it when the young
They should have
man,
lost to Utah. I mean, they should have lost to Memphis.
yes, proverbially yes, because they would have, of course Memphis was a higher seed, but they weren't there at the point when they're playing, and then they fired up. LeBron was fired up the rest of the team, and honestly, in my opinion, the way they were looking going into the playoffs, they were almost ready to go ahead and make them reservations for Cancun. They was already ready to get to the golf course and shoot 200 instead of set apart.
You talking about the Lakers?
Yes.
Nah. Look, the trade deadline, they came together. They gelled at the right time. So you get okay. Now, be that it may, if Steven Adams and the other guy would have been there, right, we have a totally different series. But that's the way the cookie crumbled. Steven Adams wasn't available, and the other guy wasn't available. They were the team. Yeah, the Lakers had them because Ja was hurt. Baines was okay. Yeah. Once my man once he poked the bear with LeBron, it was over.
It was over.
Dylan poked the bear with LeBron, it was over. Mm-hmm. Now, for them to knock off the Warriors, the defending champs, that was a big kudos, right? Because nobody thought it was. Everybody had them losing to the Warriors in 7. They beat the Warriors in 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, now when they came up to this new animal,
yeah.
They had no answer for Jokic.
Mr. Cricket Arms, Mr. Cricket Arms.
They had no answer for Jokic.
And
that's what it was.
And they are mighty focused right now. They look like they're gonna do it. I don't want to jinx them, but that's they're looking good right now. They're looking mighty good. Let's see here. I got a question. What's your theory? The game series is in Game 7. Miss Kylie Elise Revermonte from Indonesia. Thank you for joining in from the four corners of the world. I think she's talking about the Celtics. I think that it can go to a Game 7. I think that I'm probably getting ahead of myself in my prediction for tonight at the end of the show. I think that the Celtics can take it to a game 7. And if it's a game 7, it'll be Saturday, Tuesday, if I remember correctly, looking at the schedule. And but we'll look at tonight. I think it definitely can. Let's see here.
Right.
Now, speaking about the Lakers still, LeBron talks retirement. Do you think that he's actually going to retire?
Please do. Please
no, seriously. Do you seriously think he's actually going to retire?
Please do. Please do. I'm tired of the whining. I'm tired of the Jordan debate. I'm tired of it all. You're never going to catch him, period. You're not going to catch the NBA. The league is getting younger. It's not getting older. It's getting younger. And you already seen okay, let's just like we do on this show. Let's play pretend. Let's say Denver does win it, right? Let's say they beat. Let's say the Celtics come back and be the first team in history that comes back and they win 4 straight. Okay, and they play the Celtics. I mean, they play Denver, and the Denver Nuggets beat them. Let's say the Denver Nuggets sweep them. Let's say they don't even get a game. They sweep them. Do you think Denver gonna re-up? Absolutely. Do you think Dallas and all these other teams gonna re-up? Right. You're not winning with you and AD. We already seen that. That's why I laughed at the press conference. Oh, I don't play for conference championships. Are you serious? What were you doing in Cleveland? Remember, when you lost to Boston, you walked off the court, took off your Cleveland jersey and threw it. That was the conference finals. What are you talking about? Like, you're contradicting yourself, sir. I just, for real, I hope he retired. Just go sit down, man. At the end of the day, you're not even better than Kobe. The only reason we don't bring Kobe up in this debate is because the man is deceased. If the man was still living, your name wouldn't even be in the discussion.
I don't think they bring Kobe up because Kobe was a Laker as well as LeBron now. I think that's a part of it.
No.
I think that when Kobe was alive, I agree with you. They talked about it a lot more, but it kind of calmed down just a little bit once he went to LA in terms of the Kobe, LeBron, Jordan debate. And I agree with you. I would say that LeBron is this generation's best player, this generation. And I actually think that Kobe is really not a part of this generation. I think he's more towards the previous generation than he is this generation. So
No.
I would say that Jordan generation before that, and if you're looking at and if you put it in terms of 3 levels of generation, Jordan's generation, where the bump, the hand on the hip, the hand check, the Kobe, where he got a lot of that, but then they started going away from it. Where this generation totally don't have the hand checking. So I would say it's a little bit different.
Okay, so to pose a question to you, you're the head coach. You got one spot to fill. It's Kobe or LeBron. Who you taking? See, you heard the dog. The dog even said it. He said, Kobe.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Kobe. And you could look. I even make it even easier for you. You can take the 8 or the 24. Which one?
I would have to go with the 24 Kobe, the mature Kobe.
Over LeBron.
Over LeBron.
Exactly.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we talk about winning. We talking about winning. We talking about winning. 24 Kobe was about winning. 8 Kobe was putting them numbers up. He was winning, but he putting them numbers up. 24 Kobe was mature. Hey, we focus in on getting more than Shaq. That's what. So I would have to say that.
And that's my argument. That's why I sit there and I laugh when people say, like you said, don't get me wrong. They both came out of high school. They both were, but LeBron was a freak of nature, right? 6'8", 220, whatever. But that guy out in LA, and see, this is the thing where everybody fails to realize when you talk about the debate. Michael never went nowhere, right? Michael didn't recruit Magic. Michael didn't recruit Isaiah. Michael didn't recruit Larry. Michael sat there and went through all that turmoil. Okay, I got to get over the Pistons. Okay, I got to get over whoever. Okay, Kobe never went nowhere. He did. Okay, he did try to get. He did get Dwight Howard. He did get Paul Gasol. He did have Shaq. Okay,
he almost had another Paul.
Right. Okay, he did all that. the thing what hurts LeBron, if you just would have left Cleveland and went to Miami instead of having a press conference, no problem. They would have said, okay, you actually had a 30-minute announcement, dude.
Hour. It was a whole hour.
Yeah, it was an hour. My bad. I'm sorry. It was an hour.
I was mad that day.
Right, get out of here, dog. Get out of here, dog.
All right. In the interest of time, let's move on. I discovered something by mistake. The BAL, the Basketball Africa League. I turned on NBA TV because I want to watch the conversation between Shaq and Kareem. And it's the end of the game in between. And this is the Final Four. They're going to getting ready to go to the final. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God! If you ever see these guys, they are about 8 years away from really taking over. They're just a little off on the skills. These gentlemen is just a little bit more. We've been talking about this being a worldwide league, the NBA reaching out in Africa. Outrageous. I mean, these is athletic, but you can tell they still in the beginning stages of bringing the league together. In the championship finals right now, we got a team from Cairo and a team from Senegal. They have former NBA players in the stands. They are really promoting this. But the thing I didn't know. I just happened to turn on NBA TV trying to find the interview, and the game ran over, so I couldn't see the interview. And they showing this game. And you talking about a good time? You talking about outrageousness? And you talking about these guys having fun? It's like soccer in the NBA league. You know how they get in the soccer with the horns and the dancing and the chanting.
Right.
That's exactly what you see. And they wearing the colors of the they're not even wearing the colors of the team. They wearing the colors of their country, because it was Senegal forgetting who they was playing against, and they were having. You talking about a good time? These guys were it was almost more fun watching them in the stands than watching the game on the floor. The game was
Basketball African League. Okay.
Basketball African League. That's right. And then right now,
this would be compared to like what Manute Bol and them type. That's what you're saying.
I would say they're a little bit farther ahead than the Manute Bol generation, but in terms of their basketball skills, they're not quite there yet. It's like watching a good, decent college game, because these boys play. They're not out there complaining and falling out. They out there competing. They up and down. It's athletic. It's above the rim, but the shot not quite there yet. The layup not quite. They try, but you can tell that they're emulating what they're seeing, but it's not like they're not 100% there yet. But it's coming. I give them about 2-3 more years for the younger generation, but that league it looks good. It's just fun to watch.
I'm about to check that out. Okay.
Oh yeah, because the championship starts this week, and so I'll be trying to catch that. And of course, the games are in the morning because it's the games are in Africa, so the games show here in the morning over here, and they show them live on NBA TV. I just wish they were promoted more, so people will go and see it. Before we move to the next topic, we want to make sure we catch up on some of the discussion. Robert Bass Holmes, thank you for joining us. He said, "Great discussion, gentlemen." Rob Brown says Kobe was a killer, and Kobe delivered in the clutch. He didn't defer as much as Bron. Stephen Harris says Michael would hurt LeBron. Different game, man. Definitely a different game. So you want to thank Jeanette Robinson for joining us this morning, and Stephen Harris. Make sure you get everybody. Tammy Williams, Valencia Edna again. Let's see here. Kylie Elise Rivamante, thank you for joining us from the four corners of the world. We really do appreciate it. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. Rob Brown Jr., my boy, and Robert Basom, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Don't forget to click like, click share, and don't forget to get the book, Great for This Journey Every Day. And don't forget when the merchants come up on the screen, go ahead and scan it so we can get you some merch. Click share, call your friends, call your family. Remember, we want to be the soul train of this generation. Every other Saturday, come check us out. Join the sports group. The group is growing. We had about 4 or 5 people join over the last couple of weeks. Scan, hit the QR, join the group, say hello to us. Drop topics on when I put the topics up 7 days before the show. If there's a topic on there that you think would be better than the ones I drop, I'm not. My ego's not that big. We want the show to grow, so it can only grow without you. So we need you to continue to jump in there and let us know what's going on. All right, we're gonna move into baseball. Tigers are doing relatively well still. They are 23 and 26 in second place, behind 2 games behind the Chicago White Sox. And no, I'm sorry, behind the Twins. They are in a 4-game series in Chicago. They did drop one last night. The Rays still have the best record at 38-15, and they are still 8 or 9 games ahead of everybody, if I remember correct. At least 7 games, I think, over the next closest contender. And the Rays are the Florida Rays are doing excellent with those pretty cool uniforms that they have. So I'm excited. I like to see that. It's a new age. As much as I love this old English D, it's still of the old school. You see these new teams come in, and with the new color schemes, they do it a lot in college. You look at Baylor, you look at Oregon, you look at a lot of teams. They have those alternate uniforms. It's to the point where the alternate uniforms are almost the regular uniforms, except for 2 teams. Alabama not changing. Uncle Nick said, "What? I'm not touching it." And who else? Penn State. Penn State ain't touched theirs either. And the old school Nittany Lions, the helmet ain't changed, and nothing. Steve here said Michigan has some alternative uniforms too now. They haven't changed the helmet, but the jerseys and the pants, they do a little different.
Wait till you buy the new Tiger jersey with the Meyer logo on the side.
Oh yes, that's right. They announced a new partnership this week with Meyer. I'm not against it. It's Myers used to be Myers Thrifty Acres. Meyer Thrifty Acres. We always put the S on it. That's how I originally started in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
You gonna purchase one?
I'm not saying I won't, but I'm thinking it's a good partnership. Why not have a partnership or a good local partnership with
why not put Don Donuts on the back of it then? Since you man, ain't nobody buying that, man. Man, look, I have a collection of jerseys or whatever. I do have Tiger jerseys. I have Kirk Gibson. I have Sparky Anderson, whatever. That is just that's disrespectful, man. I couldn't even walk around with no Sparky Anderson jersey with Meyer on the side. That loses value right there.
We have to say yes to that. Here's why. Because we try to get us some partnership. We need to put a logo right up there over the top. I put it. See right. I'm gonna point to. We can put a logo right there, and I'll smile. We'll do a commercial every segment for it. So come on with the partnerships. So come on, Meyer. We'll take a partnership right here with you. Remember we talked. What partnership you got one right there? Which one is it? What you got? Where's your commercials?
My partner's vape.
That's right. That's right. So we gotta stick with the partnerships. We gotta have a partnership.
Yeah, but I'm not putting that on the product. No, we could be partners, but I don't have to put it on the product. Well, to me, that devalues the product.
Now hold on.
Did you just hear the dog? You heard what the dog said, right? He said, "Listen to Phil."
Hold on. Now, what sport pays the most? Soccer. Where do they get that money from? Those partnerships on their jerseys. If you look at all those European teams all over the world, those partnerships pay for those jerseys. Why do you think the average salary on those Premier Leagues, they make $100 million contracts each? Even the guy sitting on the bench making a $80 million contract, or 80 million euros. Why? They packed them stadiums out and they had those partnerships.
I'll have a Tiger jersey on, and then the part where Meyer is, I have black tape over it.
Also, you'll be Michael Jordan with the towel and the
yes, absolutely. I
can't Olympics.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do it. That's disrespectful to Chet Lemon. That's disrespectful to Sparky Anderson. That's disrespectful to Kirk Gibson. That's disrespectful to Tiger Stadium. And it ain't even up no more. Nah, I can't do that. Well, I can't walk around. You can't walk around with a Cabrera jersey on with Meyer on the side. No, I'm sorry. No.
All righty. In the interest of time, we want to make sure we keep moving. We're a little bit over time, but that's all right. We're going to go right to the NFL. There's not a lot of news in the NFL right now. We got the OTAs going, and which is kind of funny. I'm looking for stuff to talk about in NFL, and pretty much until about 9 o'clock last night, it was just OTAs. Cowboys talking about they're not going to do a lot of contact. They don't want to get in trouble again. Patriots penalized a few days for some coaching issues, and then all of a sudden, the late drop. Garoppolo has foot surgery in March. So everybody has to report those things. That's right around the time they signed with Las Vegas. Las Vegas is okay with that. And the court. Oh, I almost forgot. The receiver is complaining about Garoppolo. They haven't even played yet. It's probably I probably see why he was complaining, because Garoppolo hasn't been to the OTAs because of the surgery. And that's probably why. What's the gentleman that just left Green Bay the season?
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams. That's probably the reason why he was. Now, if I put two and two together, I can see why he was probably complaining that they were about Garoppolo and that with him being hurt. He has a history of being hurt. After that little sprint out left and he hurt his knee, he's been a little bit hurt a little bit more lately. Then, big news. DeAndre Hopkins get cut from the Cardinals to take a $22.6 million cap hit over the next couple of years. Now, I think that was orchestrated by his quarterback. You got a top 10 receiver. Why would you want to get rid of him? Do they not get along? I know, they had it on NFL films where they was arguing on the field where quarterback was telling them, calm the F down. I think that was a little bit something behind the scenes where you got one of the top 10 receivers getting cut this late into this part of the year. And just to take the hit, then he get into it with some coaches. What happened for him to leave and for the Cardinals to say we're gonna leave this money on, so we're gonna pay you to go away? That's my question. What do you think?
I mean, Diop is that guy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna get him, but at the end of the day, if I can't remember the quarterback name, I've got a brain for it. At the end of the day, if that is what happened, you just lost your top receiver.
Mm-hmm.
You just lost the coach. Prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not looking good for you, right? Kyler Murray, that's his name. If Kyler Murray did have something to do with that, what's your plan B, sir? Because you're coming off an injury yourself, right? So I don't know, but the thing is, this is where the scary part is. This man is owed $22.8 million, and he's not no young pup. Who gonna pick up that tab?
No, they got to pay him regardless if anybody pick him up.
Okay, so with that being said,
he can take the league minimum.
With that being said, tell the people down there off of Allen Park, why don't you go and pick up the phone? Because this is how I look at it. You're not gonna have Jameson Williams for 6 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can pick him up. Jameson Williams come back. Then you can either cut him or you can keep him to bring along Jameson Williams. It's a win-win situation.
What's this look like? You stretching the field. You opening it up. I always pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and call his agent.
They ain't gonna pick up the phone because Dan Campbell said the other night in the press conference, we're not even hyped about ourselves. So this already lets me know you're already not looking to be that volatile team that you were last time, right? Because see, it's no surprise now. People gonna know you're going for it on 4th and 5. People know you're going for it on 4th and 3. So
that's nothing new.
That was in the press conference. That was a press conference.
Yeah, he always been going for it.
Right. But what I'm saying is teams are now, you're not going to catch teams by surprise no more.
Right.
So now you're going to really have to coach. That's why I said you should have got rid of him, man. You should have let him go. Because now everybody got them penciled in because Mr. Rogers then left the neighborhood. Everybody got them penciled in to be the favorite. Watch they don't even win the division. Watch what I tell you.
Well, speaking of Lions, we want to talk really quickly about Mr. Jameson Williams, who said he wasn't aware of NFL gambling policy, and that he's not a gambler, And I'm not mad at him. It's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. And so why not go ahead and apologize and
I mean, but what did you think he was
feign
going to do?
ignorance.
What did you think he was going to do? Oh, I knew.
You got to feign ignorance. You got to
It's like that sign that say no turn on red, but you turn on red, and then here come the police. Oh, I didn't even see the sign, officer.
Yep. Now, Stephen Harris, great point right here. How can the NFL do business with gambling sites then act innocent when players bet on games? I agree. That's why for many years they did their best to try and stay out of Vegas. They did not want sports teams in Vegas because they kept seeing what kept happening with the Running Rebels, that program, and so now those FanDuel and Caesars and everybody, they got these apps. They in bed with all the leagues now, and you're right. You can't tell it like the experiment. You ever see people on Facebook? Now don't eat the candy, baby. I'm gonna put the candy right here. I'm gonna be right back. Don't eat the candy. What you think that little kid gonna do? Little kid you see little kid pick it up. Kids put it back. What you think they gonna do? To me, that's so wrong. I agree with you. Thank you so very much for that.
Okay.
Mr. Harris, for that question.
Let me ask you. You mentioned UNLV, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Harris, that's a good friend of mine. He's a Michigan man. So this question is to both of y'all. Do you think, and I ain't trying to be funny. No, yes, I am. I'm trying to be funny. Do you think that Michigan has that when Chris called that timeout? Do you think Chris got paid for that? Or he literally forgot they didn't have no timeout?
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I've never thought about that in all these years.
And see, I be over here stirring.
I never thought about that in all those years. I would hope no. I hope the answer is no. But in this world, anything's possible. So do I really think it? No, in my heart no. But in all honesty, anything is possible. Anything is possible, and anything is possible.
So what you're saying is, if it resurfaced, you wouldn't be surprised if you got paid to call that. Oh, okay.
No,
because you brought up UNLV, and everybody said how that team Tark had and the behind the scenes and how they got paid to throw the game against Duke and all that and allegations. Right. That's why I said, do you not think? Because a lot of people, if you go back and you watch the Fan 5 documentary, Eric Riley even said it when he called timeout. I thought we had a timeout. Then, if you go back and you look at it, when he's coming up to court, Mike Talley is telling him. So that's what I'm saying. Does that make you think like,
I never thought about that.
I'm always thinking. See, sometimes I don't be thinking, I be thinking. Sometimes I move the eye and put an 80, I be thinking. I thought about that. I was like, I wonder did Chris, because look how he did Ed Martin, right? He didn't try to throw Ed Martin under the bus, but he didn't want to take the guilt neither, right? Yeah. So just something to think, not think.
All right. Really quickly, we want to make sure we do our justice. The WNBA season has started, and we saw the return of Brittany Griner and with Felix. And right now they are 1-1. I was actually able to see the first game. I tried to catch the home opener, but I did miss that one. The first game came on after the other playoff game. I was up pretty late watching that. And Brittany Griner, she looks pretty good still out there. You can tell that she's probably still trying to get back to her 100% playing shape, but her 75% is still better than 100% of most players out there. And she's doing a great job with them. And she was very emotional and very appreciative of everyone saying that, giving her kudos for coming back. But the biggest question I have is, I've been thinking about this for a long time. This was one of the questions I put for the choices for the top of the show. Should the NBA change its name? Should the WNBA, change its name? And I'm not saying that to be a hater on women's basketball. I love women's basketball. Big fan of it. I think the rebranding will bring more attention to the women's game, and I think that would allow for more advertising, and that would help them monetarily to level the playing field.
So what suggestion would you call it? If you're saying it, the WNBA is Women's National Basketball Association. So what would you replace that with?
That's a good question. I didn't get that far with that, but I did look at names in other countries.
Okay.
So in Russia, it's the Russian Women's Basketball Premier League for the men, the Russian Super League One. Those are the top leagues. I looked at China. China, the Chinese Basketball Association for men, the women, the Women's Chinese Basketball Association. So pretty much on par with the NBA, WNBA. Okay, so we're also looking at in Africa. There, I didn't quite find a league in Africa, but of course with them having the BAL, they did have a tournament, and they call it the AfroBasket tournament. So in other words, 2 of the 3 leagues that I was able to find had a separate name for the women's league as opposed to the men's league. I'm not doing it because I don't want people to think I'm hating on the women's league. I love the women's league. I like watching it. My favorite player is Della Don. She put Della Don. Yeah, she's been my favorite player in the league for a minute. She's been my favorite player for a while. Going back to when she was supposed to play at UConn, and she gave the middle finger to the coach and went and played volleyball and was an All-American. Only to come back 2 years later and play basketball and was an All-American and went to the WNBA.
Who did she play for? The Chicago Sky?
It was just on the tip of my tongue. I knew you were going to ask me that. She played
Minnesota?
for No. Let me look really quick.
Connecticut Sun?
No, she's not for the Sun. She doesn't play for the Sun. Let's see here.
Della Don.
Yeah, Della Don.
Nah, man. Survey says nah. The one that I liked, but she retired to pursue other interests and activists and all that, was Maya. Maya was that deal.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
Maya was that deal.
She's with the Washington. She's with the Mystics. She plays for the Mystics.
Della Don?
Yeah. I agree. Maya, but then Maya retired to take care of her husband's issues, and then
because she ended up marrying the guy.
She married the guy. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Maya was that deal. Maya was that deal at UConn.
Yeah. I apologize, Maya. Maya was first, and then Della Don. Reason why I like Della Don so much because she bucked the system. She said, I'm not gonna play this. I'm not going over here to UConn. Something ain't right over here. Even though with her not showing up, they still won championships. They wasn't there.
So you say Maya, then you say Della Don.
Della Don, yeah. And for active players.
So it's not Maya and Candace Parker, then Della Don?
Della Don, Candace Parker. Easy. That's an easy answer for me.
You said what?
Della Don before Parker. That's an easy answer for me. And here's why.
Oh my
God. Candace Parker cried she can't dribble the ball without crying about a call.
How many rings Candace Parker have?
She got 2 or 3. 2 or 3.
How many Della Don have?
She don't have any.
2 is better than 0, right?
I'm not saying that Candace Parker isn't effective, but if I'm spending my money, I want to go see Della Don because she gonna get out there, she gonna ball, and I ain't got to worry about her crying about every little call.
Okay, I got another name for you, Taurasi. Taurasi not before Della Don?
Oh yeah.
No, man, get out of here. No.
Taurasi is all time. You can't take nothing from her.
So
all in the Olympics, all the championships.
So it's Maya, Taurasi, then Della Don.
I can see that.
Okay, let's do Maya, Taurasi, Candace Parker, Della Don. I don't know why, man. I don't even know what's wrong with you, man.
I saw
Candace
Parker in person.
You do that.
I saw Candace Parker in person last summer when they came here to play the Dallas Wings. And in the first half, all she did was cry about every call. Very ineffective. Second half, she got quiet and went to work. When she went to work in that second half, they couldn't stop her. But what did she do that? She shut it up. But before that, she kept running off at the mouth.
Wow, you saw her in person. Wow.
Yeah. Great game. All right, we running short. We got to get to these before we get to Stu Sports News. Want to make sure click like, click share, get the book, Gratefulness Journey every day. Marcus has been doing a morning Gratefulness Journey every day on his LinkedIn page. So make sure you join in for that. His name is Marcus Holmes, the great Marcus Holmes. Make sure you join in. I think it's at 8 a.m. I've been seeing the Eastern, 7 a.m. my time. So join in with him. And of course, we want you to join our sports page, and we've got and so join the sports page, join the group. We are growing, and we are very, very grateful. And we also have our merch, and we're gonna put the merch up at the end of the show when we do our prediction. But right now, we're gonna quickly take a pause for the calls so we get the stupid sports news. All right. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on this. Doc is out again. He's out for 76.
Said again. Man, you wrong. Man. You are wrong. You could just said Doc Rivers is looking for a job. You say Doc out again.
Again. He didn't come through on the game 7. Like we said, he probably wouldn't. And they let him go. And so, is he good? Would he be a good fit for the Pistons at this point in his career? I would say yes. We did have a discussion on this earlier on the page last week. A lot of people said no. The reason why I say yes is because when you at that point in your career where you can develop these young guys, take them as far as you can take them.
Who?
The Pistons, you got a whole team of young guys over there.
Develop who? That's what I'm trying to understand your point. Develop who you developing? Cade, he trash, man. I cannot wait till y'all
you
see
the same
how
person
right
who said? Wasn't you the same person who said that Doc should come to the Pistons?
Yeah, but then I had to. You know what? I was messing with the vape, man. The vape had no man. You know what, Doc? Okay, the different. Okay. What's the guy that's projected to be the next LeBron? Okay, Wemby, right? Okay, yeah. So he's going to go to Pop. That's one of the best in the game since Field left. Correct? Yeah. Agreed? Yeah. Okay. What do Pop do with his stars? He turned them into Hall of Fame. Look what he did with Duncan. Look what he did with Robinson. The sky's gonna be the limit for this guy. Yeah. What Doc gonna do with Cade?
Get him off the injury list.
Man, he trash, man. Oh my God. I cannot wait. Wait. Because when it all boils down, I'm gonna say, I told y'all. That's all I ain't gonna say no, I'm gonna do this. Because he's trash. It's gonna be a bust. You know what? Like I told you, the perfect fit was Quinn Snyder. That was the perfect fit. And they let him get away. Now, with that being said, Monty already said he not come here. Umadoka went to Houston. Nick Nurse probably is not going to come here. He opened it back up because he said Kevin Ollie and all them, when he left their interviews, it really wasn't nothing that he was like, ooh, okay.
Right.
Now, this person might be good, but I don't think they would do it. Tom Gores would do it. Mark Jackson would be good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree.
Mark Jackson would be good.
I agree. But for whatever reason, nobody wants to touch Mark Jackson. And my bigger question is, does Mark Jackson want to come back? If I'm Mark Jackson,
I think so.
Do I really want to leave my house on the East Coast, on the West Coast like that?
I think so. I think if the right situation, like if he went to Phoenix, I think so, because he was a point guard. Chris was a point guard. Even though, see, that's the thing. Phoenix is going to have to decide how long we going to put up with Chris, because
we got to see where he is in his contract too.
Then you got to think
the contract.
The dude don't stay healthy, man,
right.
And he always get hurt in crucial moments, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know, but like I say, Monty don't want to come here. But then the next one will be Mark Jackson. If Mark Jackson says no, I don't know what you're gonna do then.
There's 5 openings right now, so there's a lot of coaching positions open right now.
Yeah, but you got to find the right one, because you're gonna have to find the right one that's gonna match Jaden Ivey and Cunningham together. You know what I'm saying? Cade Cunningham. Them two, from me, I don't see that even gelling together, because Jaden Ivey is a slasher. He can he can stop, pop, drop. He can do Hey, I'm just saying, y'all gonna see, man.
I understand. We're, speaking of the Pistons, we both said we both were wrong on predictions. I said 3, you said 4. They drafted at 5. I was pretty much howling when I saw that card came up on 5. So hey, I knew they weren't gonna get that number 1. Let's see here. Let's see. MSU versus Penn State at Ford Field. A lot of people in an uproar about that on Black Friday. I think that's a night game. I want to say it is.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. You can plan all you want to. I'm gonna do my best to be at that game. It's indoor. I don't have to freeze. I can go. I'm gonna be inside. I'm gonna see 2 good teams. You can play if you want to. I understand.
I don't know. I think
we
you're gonna see
probably
2 good teams. I don't know if you're gonna see 2 good teams. I think Mel and them gonna be in for it this year. I really do.
I think we're gonna have a turnaround season. I really do. I think we're gonna circle them wagons. We're gonna circle them wagons, and we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
Based on what?
I don't know, but I think we're gonna be all right.
Okay.
I think the quarterback was gonna be lose the starting job anyway.
Okay, so who you gonna place Coleman with?
Hey, next man up.
Oh boy, this is why. This is why.
All right, and also we had the NCAA White House trips. Both teams that won the championship were at the White House yesterday. The Connecticut UConn Huskies were there, men's team, and the LSU Tigers were there. And the LSU brought 2 jerseys, not only for the President of the United States, but for the First Lady of the United States.
Oh, okay.
And who gave it to the First Lady? Not only the captain herself, standing right over there. It's just so funny to see how much taller she is than the First Lady, giving her the jersey. So that
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, that's right. It was pretty cool seeing her do that. And
Iowa didn't make the trip.
If they did, it wasn't public. they might have got.
That's what they said. Iowa should have got to go too. So I just why
yeah, that's why I made the point about Angel Reese giving it to the First Lady. I was gonna let you leave. I let you jump right on in on that. They might have got invited to the cookout, but they didn't get invited to the press.
Oh, they got Caitlin and them got invited to the cookout. Okay.
Yeah. We want to thank everybody who joined us today. We got Terry Fairley. Want to make sure we acknowledge him. Otto Mobile Server said a few things that I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to get to your thoughts, but we do appreciate you. We want to make sure we do acknowledge you. Thank you everybody for coming out. Our next show is June 10th, right before Father's Day. Don't forget to get the merch. We're gonna put the merch up there for our show, to end the show, and we want to get to our predictions tonight. Heat versus Celtics in Miami, or Celtics versus Heat in Miami. Who you got? What you got?
I got Miami 97 and the Celtics 79. I'm
going to say Celtics 105, Miami 98. 105, 98. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, that's how much that vape costs.
And Tony McClure, he just came across. We'll make sure we say hello to him for liking the show. So he said I took too much of the vape. I'm like this. I'm a little loose. Yeah. Once again, everybody for coming out. See you in 2 weeks. We appreciate it. And you guys have a great weekend.